Hello and welcome back to Song Reaction Analysis with your girl JVB. How are you guys doing today? I hope you had an amazing weekend, weekday. I don't even know what it is anymore. With that said, I wanted to thank you guys so much for subscribing, for liking the videos, for commenting, for suggesting artists. It is so mind-blowing to me, and I love you guys so much. You are such an amazing community, and there's so much more to come. I'm working on a few things, possibly like a Patreon, and offering more things and being more engaged with you guys. So bear with me as I'm getting through this all. So I know I have so many requests, and I totally will get to all of them, but I wanted to introduce you to an artist that I love and admire, and I followed for several months now, and actually he's been around for a while. But I admire him so much because he's self-made, he is so bold, he's controversial, he's just being himself. And I so admire that, because in an industry that encourages us to be unique and be who we are, I'm noticing more and more them trying to shut people down and cancel people. And you know, if we can't be creative, if we can't have freedom of speech as a creative, then what the hell do we have? You know, what are we supposed to do? Just like follow guidelines and rules? That makes it so not being creative, and defeats the whole purpose of art, because art is expression. Art is freedom of whatever you want it to be, and should not have any limits, should have no censorship. And so yeah, with that said, obviously the artist I'm talking about is Tom MacDonald. I watched all of his videos. I don't remember like so I really loved Fake Woke, and that's when I really got into him. From then on, I followed, you know, every Friday he releases a video, I'm on it. And actually, while this video is airing, it's going to be later, but he just released a new video today, and I really wanted to watch it, and I was like, I will not watch it until I review it and do a reaction to it, because I want it to be the first time for this specific video. And if you want me to react to his other videos, his previous stuff, I will definitely most likely do it, but it will not be the first time. However, I feel that like an artist like Tom MacDonald, there's so many little details that I'm sure I've missed first or second time watching his stuff, and also he's so wordy, and there's so much to be still rediscovered in his older songs that I'm more than happy to review and react to one of his older or previous songs. I wouldn't even say old, but previous songs. So yeah, bring it on in the comments below. Let me know what song you would love me to react to, if you're a Tom MacDonald fan. And if you're not a Tom MacDonald fan, you should really be open-minded and check him out, because he is not only controversial as far as everything goes, not just politics, but you know, in general, just like common sense, free thinking, but also he's gotten sober, he's drug free. He at some point had nothing, and he went from nothing to really being on top of the charts, and all on his own. Also with this girl Nova Rockafeller, who deserves a lot of credit because she does all his music videos, and she is totally his support. So they're just like a power couple, and she's also an amazing artist. I'd love to review some of her stuff. So without further ado, let me just stop talking and get to it. His new song that just came out is Withdrawals, and I already kind of know what it's about, because obviously he was an addict, and I'm sure that with all the success he's been having, he feels the urge to probably, you know, go back to doing what most rock stars do. So without further ado, let's check it out. I'm so freaking stoked. Let's get to it. And you know, I don't even sit down anymore. Because it's kind of pointless. But I really don't know what to expect. I kind of do, because it's Tom MacDonald, and I know he's freaking amazing. but I haven't watched it, so yeah. And by the way, I love watching Tom and Nova, their shorts and stuff. They're so hilarious. They're so funny. Yeah, so with no further ado, it's Tom MacDonald.
The doctor said to talk to him if I wanted to get off my meds, but I never called his office and poured the bottle in the garbage can. I'm stuck in this apartment and I'm anxious like the cops are here. I tried to call like all my friends, none of them are answering. Is this the moment where I can't control it? Got no appetite, I guess the party's over. I can't sleep at night and I keep rolling over, cause my skin is itchy and the paranoia got me worried sick and it is so annoying. I've been throwing up, it looked like motor oil, but I chose to quit and now I can't avoid it. The right things to do are the hardest choices. Is this the moment when I need a donor? Liver failing from the liquor pouring, while the room is spinning, it ain't vodka soda. What is almost killing me is being sober. Talk about pitfalls, surrounded by brick walls. This is what kids call withdrawals. Deleted every number from my phone, I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends. Never cared for therapists, my arrogance embarrassing. It isn't fair to tear with this. Addiction placed my parents in. I'm scared repair will never fix the voluntary negligence, the wear and tear my errors did. They almost had to bury me. Is this the moment where I screw up and relapse? Waste all my money on rehab. Can't take a pill from the doctor to relax. Lash out in anger whenever I react. Feel like a weak man, I don't wanna be that. Living every day to get a buzz on the weekend. I'm in the deep end, fighting with demons. Trying to stay clean, I just really need a reason. My bones are shaking in my hands and feet. I see my rib cage, but I can't eat. I still wake up panicking, so I can't sleep. I just sit in the bathtub and try to breathe. Talk about pitfalls, surrounded by brick walls. This is what kids call withdrawals. Deleted.
Oh my God. All right. I think something that we really need to talk about more is addiction. Addiction to fucking alcohol, to drugs, to cigarettes, to all this shit that is so freely available and that is being advertised everywhere, right? Every fucking music video you see, all these rappers always drinking, partying, drugs. What I love about Tom is like, he does none of that shit. You know what I mean? He doesn't do that shit. At least not anymore. He's promoting that. And I think that to me is so honorable. That to me is so powerful. So people trying to bash him for being just like in your face about how he feels about certain things pisses me off, because he's disrupting shit. And that's what I love about him so much. And his vulnerability in this video, he's such a badass. And to be so vulnerable in this video, I did not expect that. I watched all his previous videos and I'm like always impressed with him. And honestly, this is so not what I expected, and what I expected, if that makes any sense, because nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about these issues that are really killing people more so than any other BS that is being, on the agenda. Oh my God, let's go back to here. I just love like how the struggle is real. The struggle is so real because it must be so hard to be an addict, and to be in recovery, and to every fucking time you watch a TV show, you watch a commercial, you watch anything, either they're promoting drugs, they're promoting freaking alcohol or nicotine. Like there's always something that they're promoting. And it must be so hard for you to not give in to that temptation. Oh, don't get me started.
Is this the moment where I screw up and relapse? Waste all my money on rehab. Can't take a pill from the doctor to relax. Lash out in anger whenever I react. Feel like a weak man, I don't wanna be that. Living every day to get a buzz on the weekend. I'm in the deep end, fighting with demons. Trying to stay clean, I just really need a reason. My bones are shaking in my hands and feet. I see my rib cage, but I can't eat. I still wake up panicking, so I can't sleep. I just sit in the bathtub and try to breathe. Talk about pitfalls, surrounded by brick walls. This is what kids call withdrawals. Deleted every number from my phone, I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. before.
And you know, like when he's in the water and he's kind of drowning, and I'm like trying not to cry right now because, you know, I've had friends where like I was in my party days. I had a lot of friends who had a lot of things that we used to do. And the minute I decided to not do those things anymore, all my friends disappeared on me. Suddenly I wasn't cool anymore, you know, and that really was a wake-up call for me where I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? And who are these people claiming to be my friends when they can't even accept me saying that I don't want to do this anymore? You know, if I want to have a little buzz, I'm going to go and have a glass of wine or whatever. And many of you may not even do that. And that's totally fine. Honestly, I even wonder if I should give that up as well. But again, I can so relate to this because in our society, it seems to be so cool to drink, to party, you know, to get high, to just like, you know, why is that okay? Why is that not being canceled? You know, when other people just like trying to be more focused on actual health and well-being, mental well-being, and your mental well-being is never going to be better or gets improved by drugs. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion, but let's go back to this. When he's in the water, I can so relate to that, where you really feel like you're drowning because there's nobody fucking there who's going to be supporting you. When you're all by yourself because everybody is just ignoring the signs. Everybody just does not really care when it comes down to it because they're all too busy being themselves, getting high and having a good time than facing reality because they're all running away from freaking reality. So good for you, Tom. And it hurts my soul, like watching this, because I know the pain and the struggle he's going through. And I'm pretty sure he's fighting this many, many times, especially now that he's famous and big, and like, you know, there's probably going to be many times where you like just want to party, celebrate, because that's what we've been programmed, right, to do. You celebrate with champagne or whatever, like a party, drinks. That's just what we do. Intense, super intense.
With all my friends, I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends. I've never felt this bad before. I don't know if I'll make it. Don't have the strength to get off the floor right now, but I'm hoping and praying. My whole life I wanted more. This might be the end, but now I've had too much fun. It's over now. I loved what I hated. Deleted every number from my phone. I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends. Deleted every number from my phone. I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends.
I so love Tom MacDonald. I just really love him because he's a truth speaker, and he also really spreads such a positive message and encourages people that, you know, may think it's not cool to be sober. It's not cool to be focusing on your career versus going out and hanging out and partying like, you know, everybody else does. He's definitely the underdog who's won the game. And for that, I am so freaking excited and proud and happy. And I hope that this song is going to hit the charts as well, because Tom deserves it. And Tom and Nova are one of the, I think, hardest working people in the industry without any help from the music industry. And to me, that is so encouraging because, once again, in an industry that encourages us to be uniquely ourselves and express ourselves and be authentic. They don't want us to be authentic. They want us to play the game. They want us to say what they want to hear a lot of times. And so for him to do what he does is a big fuck you to them, because honestly, they lost out and he won and he didn't need them. So for any of you artists out there, including myself, he's such a big inspiration to me, because he is proof that if you work fucking hard, if you have a solid message, a very authentic voice, and a mission to make change in your life and inspire others, you can do this. No matter how long it may take, you never give up. You never give in and you never cave in to the big machine, because you are either a puppet or you're the master. Does that make even sense? I think you know what I mean. So not what I expected, to be honest. It's a very emotional song, and a few times I wanted to break down and cry, because I really feel Tom so much, and I love his just honesty, and there's something so raw, and he has, I mean, you can't even tell necessarily his skills as far as a rapper, but he has his sense of melody and songwriting and storytelling is just so phenomenal and so relatable, and so, again, authentic, where it's like you can completely relate to what he's saying. And his message, again, is just all about giving those underdogs a voice and saying, you know what, you're not alone. I'm feeling pain and I'm just like you. And to me, we need to hear more of that, because those are the artists that need to be more promoted than artists that just, show all the fake ass life that in reality doesn't exist. People party to all these rap songs talking about freaking Patron and bitches and fucking parties and all the hotel rooms and whatever Lambos. That's not your fucking reality. That's not your real fucking life. So get real. And he is real. And I love that about him. Anyway, with that said, I love this guy. If you want more of Tom MacDonald, I'm your girl. Don't even get me started. If you want to see me go crazy on Tom MacDonald, you can, because that's another thing I love about him. He talks about the record industry in one of his videos. I don't even get me started on that one, because I'll go into it. But so there's many, many songs to choose from, and I'm glad I waited to watch it with you guys, because it was definitely worth it. And again, it was like something I did not quite expect, but it makes sense, because I feel that throughout all of his journey, where he is like really vocal about everything that's going on in the world and politics and all that kind of bullshit. And then he goes into, showing how he's made it and his struggles and how successful he's become. And then he goes back to this very vulnerable place where he, shows us that I got it all now, but I'm still struggling. This is still real, This is not something that you'll ever get over, I think, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of that song and of Tom MacDonald, how you feel about him. And if you're struggling, share some of your story with me. I would love to hear, because I feel we all have, in one way or another, an addiction, whether it's a relationship, whether it's drugs, alcohol, nicotine, sex, bad relationships, whatever it is, we all have struggles. And to overcome these, we need people to help us with it, a community to that can relate to that. So I'm here, guys. I'm here. I'm not perfect, and I struggle with certain things, and definitely have had my party days and have had real talks with myself about my partying too much, and realize, if I want to do music as a career, I need to like change my life and I need to change my habits, because otherwise I'm not gonna ever get to where I wanted to go. And that was the best decision I've ever made. So I'm like a social drinker. I have drinks here and there when I feel like, I'm at a party and I have a few drinks, but not like I used to. I used to be a little bit out of control. Yeah, let's be honest here. And honestly, I have no regrets, because I think everything happens for a reason, but I'm glad I am not there anymore. I'm glad that I'm not wasting my energy and time on that, on having hangovers and just like feeling like shit the next day, and not being able to do things I wanted to do because I feel like crap. And also like, not really treating my body very nice, right? Because if we don't have our health, we have nothing. So anyway, with that said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next reaction. I love you guys so much, and whatever you're going through, know that you can get through it. You're not alone. Love you guys.